What is up, everyone? As you guys know, we've been chipping away at the S13 Coupe here, trying to get this thing finished up as quick as possible so we can get to enjoying the damn thing on the track. And while in the last video, we got some chase-based goodies on. We got the power steering finalized, we got the catch can bolted up. We're getting new lines sent out to the catch can so we can make sure they're optimal length, and that will complete that kit that we talked about. Go watch the last video, you know what I'm talking about. And we were able to run the brake lines in the bay, which is huge. And by the end of the video, I was teasing you guys that we were gonna wire up the entire car, because right here, we have the entire wire harnesses for the car. Chassis from taillights to headlights, and an engine harness from TPS to crankset, I don't know. That's a weird way to say it. We have all the damn wiring for the car, which is absolutely huge, but my coilovers finally showed up, which means we can get these things in, I can get the brakes on, we can bleed the brakes, I can put my drive shaft in, do all that, and we can actually get the car on the ground. I figured it'd be really nice for us to see a different landscape of this thing, because we've been working on, the thumbnails are getting tricky. You can only take so many thumbnails of the same car, right? It'll be easier to do the chassis harness, well, with the car off the lift. So today, we're gonna get this thing on our BCs, get it all tied up, and by the end of the video, you guys will finally see this car on the ground, rolling under its own weight for the first time, which is honestly a extreme, major, exciting stuff win. Let's get to work. Well, obviously we went with a set of BC Racing coilovers because they have been doing us good for many years. We've never had any issues with the coilovers, and the best part about it is we're able to spec them to exactly what we want. We're not limited to off-the-shelf stuff. We could do literally whatever. So this is a custom set that I had tailored for this car alone. And you guys know what these things look like. They're always pretty, they always hold up, they always ride great. Boom, 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 boom. Product shot, product shot, product shot. BC coilovers, boom. I'm so excited these things are in, because this is like, to see this thing rolling is gonna make it look so much more far complete. The last few videos, it's hard to tell like how much progress we've made, but this will definitely do it. So you're probably wondering, oh Jimmy, what's the custom set that you did? Well, I just did custom spring rings on this. Their DS series has always felt amazing, and I wanted to continue with that. We have the DS on the Coupe. I know Adam loves the DS series in his car, and so the DS series was the way to go for us. What I did though is I changed the spring rates. So for this car, I did a 6K rear and I did a 9K front. Now, where did I get that data from? Honestly, from driving so many different cars and driving so many setups, I've really kind of learned to figure out what I like. And talking to a lot of other guys that I take a lot of inspiration from in the drift scene, especially with cars like this is their combo. So the 9K front, 6K rear, this should do us really, really well. And the car should feel absolutely amazing, promote a lot of grip, and, well, have the consistency of a BC Racing coilover. Now, the easiest part of our day is actually installing these things, because it's just a few bolts. So let's get these things bolted up. Always remember to set your preload on your spring, but these things usually come set up that we'd never have to adjust the preload. Those on there. Austin, you want to do me the honors? Hold my nuts. Find that bolt. All right, so I have 13 coilovers, but I have a 14 knuckle. And the difference is the hole's bigger. So you could buy these shims that account for it. Or you can get the BC specs for it, which I just honestly forgot. So get these shims. Tarks makes the shims. It's nice, they just press right in, look at that. Now they're the same size as an S13.
Connect our beautiful little B knuckle.
You like that? If you guys haven't remembered, or I didn't even talk about it, I have a model knuckle on this car. And so this knuckle is very cool. This knuckle is B knuckle, the heat maker knuckle. It's essentially the same knuckle Naoki uses in Japan. It's the one he developed, and Julian from Animal Styles is the one who produces them in the States. So all the Front Street boys are on this, all the Animal Style guys are on the same knuckle. I basically have the same ones on my car in Japan, and I absolutely love the feel of it. And so if you guys want to cop the knuckle yourself, we'll put the link in the description. Hit up the boys, they'll get you right, and Julian will get you set up with one of the best feeling knuckles in the game. And they come in a sick colorway. Let me get a damn hammer. Also, what's nice about the S14 knuckle is the S14 bearing is easier to find. So if you have the opportunity to use an S14 knuckle, it could help you. So this is a cool point that I actually learned when I was in Japan. So if you look at our knuckle setup right now, we get camber by adjusting the top hat, right? So we angle the coilover, which angles the hub, and boom, that's our camber. What I saw a lot of guys do in Japan, and I learned this from Chunky Bai, and I learned this from actually Julian, where a lot of guys, what they'll do is, you see how there's a lot of play in here? There's just a little bit more room for adjustment if you need that little bit of extra camber. A lot of guys will get a smaller top bolt, and what they'll do is they'll pull the camber out of the top of the coilover, so the coilover sits as straight as possible, and then they'll get their camber that they need out of actually moving the knuckle itself and putting like a smaller bolt in there. Now I couldn't tell you if it feels better, how different it feels, but I saw a lot of guys doing that. I'm actually really curious about it. I'm like sitting here like, okay, do we try something different, like how they're doing it, or do we stick to what we know? For me, I'm gonna stick with what I know for now, because we're changing so much up. And then I definitely want to play with that in the future and see how it affects the feel of the car. Now we have a lot of nuts and bolts that we gotta tighten. Car's going on the ground today.
Nice.
Exciting stuff. Why is he silent? Is he being a smart ass? One of them, and one of them. Seeing it with coilovers already makes it feel like so much more of a car. I know I say that statement all the time. It looks more like a car. You guys know what I'm saying. Now the coilovers are on, the hubs are all mounted up, we can get the brakes on, which is one more piece of the puzzle. So, you guys know S chassis cheat code, everyone does it. Z32 brakes. You guys have seen us use this on way too many cars because it's a big brake by Nissan that you could still get, right? So,
Brand new.
brand new. These are reman ones. You could buy them used, but people still sell used ones for like 300 bucks. You gotta repaint them, rebuild them, do all that. You could buy them literally brand new remans. We've had good luck with these things. They just don't say Nissan. You can put a sticker on it. You can put whatever the hell you want. You buy these new. I'm pretty sure we sell these on the website. If you can't find it, just email support, shout to me on RJ, will get you set up. I think brand new, they're like 380 or 400
For the pair?
for the pair. I think they're 400 for the pair.
Yeah.
Painted, rebuilt, like ready to go. Duh. Throw your pads in. You really don't need anything special with these. They work good enough. What's nice is they don't work too good. I've seen a lot of guys get brakes that work too well, and then they become really twitchy and sensitive, and especially when you start left foot braking and stuff like that, it makes things a little less predictable. So this is a good balance of both. Perfect. Will red clash with the new color? Probably, but they come red. You want to paint them? No. It's so funny because everything on this car is like all so nice, brand new and pretty, and I'm like, it's not that I'm trying to like make like a restored S chassis. It's just I didn't have any parts for the car. I got a bare rusty shell, and so when you piece it together, you just ends up all nice, new and pretty. And like good old fashioned 300 ZX, eBay drilled and slotted. I hope the red just magically works.
That'll be fine. Red brakes are sick.
Red brakes are always cool. They're fast. Or slow. Or good brakes slow and fast. It's really muggy today. I think we'll get some water. Can't forget about our new Oaks Garage Hydro Flask. Stop below, shop Jimmy out. You're just sick. We only have a few left, so if you guys want to grab one, hop below. And drag and drop t-shirts and banners and stuff.
We've got red too. Like the brakes.
And then we got the rear calipers, of course, and we just got stock ones. They look new because they are new. Rock Auto, baby. I had nothing for this car. We had to buy everything, but it's nice. It comes ink coated. But as you guys can tell, we have dual caliper, right? Stock handbrake it works with good pads and stuff, and that's what the other dorks in the front street like. But I'm not playing this game of stretching e-brake cables, adjusting them, and doing all that. I know it works for some people, but whatever. We're gonna do a dual caliper with a hydraulic handbrake. We're gonna keep it easy, but this is what I find to be the simplest and most cost-effective way of doing it on an S chassis. So, Villians Drift, they make this conversion right here, and what this is like a 70s Beetle caliper. It's cool though, because look it looks like you went to the hardware store and said, hey, I need a single piston caliper. right?
That would be it.
That'd be it. It's fine. It's super cool. It works great. These things are super affordable, and they sell the whole kit. There's really no modification. There's a bracket that bolts behind the hub. If you can see it, maybe not. That it bolts to, and then all we have to do is run a spacer to account for that bracket on the hub behind the stock one, and then we're good. We have dual caliper. Cheap, simple, easy. You don't need a crazy brake for your handbrake. It doesn't take much to lock the rears up. So we're just gonna bolt this on and we'll be good to go. Villians Drift. Link in the description if we remember. Villians Drift. Check them out on Instagram. They've been good for us for years. I've had this same setup in my coupe and I absolutely loved it. And I think it's honestly the best bang for the buck.
Okay, cut that out.
Now I forgot to mention the only conversion piece of putting the Z brakes on your car is the brake line. So of course, just like everything else, GK Tech makes it. Perfect. I can't turn the wheel. I put the lock cylinder in on the steering column and Tom still has my key. So the steering's now locked. Beautiful. Beautiful. Now it's the fun of tightening everything that you left loose for Mach. This is when we pan to the forever later. So we can get this thing rolling around, we have to get the axles in the hub so we don't damage the bearing. And we might as well get the diff in, because we need to get the drive shafts in so we get fluid in the trans, so when we start it, it's not a dry trans spinning. All makes sense? So we're gonna put the rest of the drivetrain in. So, this is it. We got the CD09 to S13 conversion drive shaft, aluminum, of course. And we got crusty old 240SX stuff going in the rear. This is the only crusty part that's been on the car. I feel really guilty because like everything's been all nice and new, but
It's temporary.
yeah, it's just temporary. So what we have here is the stock R200 S13 diff that I welded up. It's like the spare diff for the coupe. The car's getting a two-way. The coupe felt incredible once I switched to a two-way diff. And so that will be getting changed out. And I want to find a beefier option than the standard R200 because I break a lot of diffs. So for now, this will get the car rolling.
You don't break a lot of this. We're the one.
I've broken two. Two in the last year. I broke two in the last year. I went a long time.
You could be Tom and break two at an event.
That's
yeah.
why I compared to Tom.
Tom makes you nervous. He breaks literally. The reason why R200s are expensive as they are now is because of Tom, single-handedly. Thanks, Tom. So we're gonna throw this up in the meantime. It's the right gear ratio I'll be running in the car, so we can even get it dyno tuned. We could dyno tune and everything, get the car rolling around and doing its thing until all the right parts come in. So let's get this mounted up and try and find a bunch of hardware. I feel so guilty for putting this crusty ass diff in this beautiful car.
That's fine.
Oh, there we go. Look at that. My reinforcements didn't go well. I didn't weld my reinforcements on crooked. Yay me.
Now keys.
Now keys. All right, you're good. You won't fall. Oh yeah.
Crusty.
Little welded S13 differuni.
One's longer than the other. Ah, you can tell it's offset. Passenger side is longer. Huh. Learn something new. Will it fit? Austin, help me. Stock off the diff.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. There you go.
Oh, man.
Yeah, exactly. They compress quite a bit. If they didn't have that little nipple on them, they'd be so much easier. Yeah, it never looks like it's gonna fit, and then you just gotta like. Oh, there it is.
Not bad.
Moment of truth, we're the kings of getting sent the wrong drive shaft, so hopefully this is the right one. Had this for a while. Yeah, that looks right.
Nice. They both line up?
Oh yeah, next step. Yeah, we're good. Perfect length. Perfect, that's good. We've got, for some reason, we've been on a bad streak of getting sent the wrong drive shafts.
I can't wait to get this thing off the lift.
And I know, I'm very excited for it. I'm excited. To be the first time I've ever had this car rolling. You know what I mean? We got it as a stripped, rusty shell.
Dragged it off the trailer.
Yeah, we literally dragged it off. 4 dudes. We still got to run the stock e-brake cables. I still got to run the lines for the hydro and do all that. Stock handbrake. I don't know. It's nice for just like parking and stuff. I know you could put. Yeah, exactly. I know. It's like, damn. Whatever. It's long enough. Hell yeah. Let's get this thing filled up. You would just let it run until it just spits you in the face. That's just how it goes. Getting the trans filled up. Diff has fluid in it. We get to bleed the brakes. We put the wheels on, and then we could probably, hopefully, not have to go underneath it till after the first test drive, which is, well, I say that now, but whatever, we'll see. That's when you get ready with the drain plug, or the fill plug.
I bet you it squirts me with my white shirt on.
Don't you love a squirter?
That's going on the AO Oaks garage page for sure.
I've had one in my lifetime. Caught me off guard.
I'm pretty sure it's just pee, Spoon.
Still pretty cool.
Still pretty cool. Spoon said it.
There she is.
Not yet, not yet. Okay, yeah,
Oh.
okay, fuck. Shut the valve. I always forget. Yep, okay. That was clean. That was a clean one.
Nice work, boys.
Couple drips.
Not too bad. Not too bad at all. Hell yeah, brand new CD. Let's f this trans up. We're bleeding brakes. Bleeding Blakes. Fucking Jesus Christ. Not exciting to do, but big step, because when you're bleeding the brakes, at least like when I go to bleed my brakes, it's when the car's finally ready to go on the ground, which is very exciting stuff. So now that I'm a big bougie Porsche man and I can't afford to actually finish building my Porsche, Porsche brake fluid. One thing I can't afford. Fuck. Even without anything in, it still sucks to adjust. Ah, there we go. The rod length was set wrong on the master. This is when you find out which brake line you forgot to tighten. Very carefully. Remember how I said this is all the only Porsche I could afford?
Recycle, reuse.
Reduce, reuse, recycle. There we go. Every last drop. Can I pump it, Spoon?
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah, you already got clutch.
Oh yeah, it's stiff. It's a lot stiffer than I thought it would be.
Hold it.
Holding.
Pump.
Yeah, that thing's ready to party.
Damn. Sorry for being lazy. My mom was right. Lazy people work twice.
It's a good saying.
Ready when you are.
Holding.
Holding. Pump.
Yep. All right, do it. This is not easy with no seat-ins. It's like an arm and leg workout. So it's officially time that we get the bolt wheels on this thing and see it on the ground. But before we do that, we have to add one more thing, and that is this giant freaking 2-inch spacer. Why we're running this big ass spacer? So with the B knuckle, so if you guys have noticed, we are using a stock S13 roller control arm. So they're not extended. The track width is minimal. You see a lot of the bigger angle kits, they widen the track width really, really wide. And that's why, you know,
You get that pokey.
you get that pokey poke look. But instead of getting our track width through the lower control arm, we're actually gonna get our track width through a spacer. And what this does is also increases our scrub radius. So the radius at which the wheel rotates around the hub is proven to work extremely well with a modded knuckle setup like this with the B knuckle. So, can't argue what works, right?
Same shit that we put on the Japan car.
Exactly. It's not dumb if it works. I still haven't decided what wheels I want to run on this car. It's kind of actually killing me. Wheels are a big part of it, so for now, we know these things fit perfect with the Type 3 Coilovers. Let me know what you guys think. What What wheels should I run on this car?
I think you should go back to 3-piece.
You think I should go back to 3-piece? I don't know. Like 1-piece kind of has my heart in like track cars. You know what I mean? Like I think it just looks more aggressive. Like 3-piece is sick. I have a bunch of 3-piece wheels for drifting. It would save me a lot of money just to put my old wheels back to use. But they're a pain in the ass to change the tires on.
Yeah.
And one thing that's nice about 3-piece wheels is they take a way better hit than these 1-piece wheels. I have broken so many of these damn wheels. They just explode. 3-piece wheels, you might get a little dent in it.
Worst case scenario, change a lip.
Change a lip, and a lip is cheaper than buying another one of these damn things.
Wow, sounds like you're answering the question for you.
I know. I just love the way that 1-piece wheels just like fill out. It just looks really
Motorsports.
Motorsports, I guess. And since I broke my spare set of front wheels, all we have is my old KMPs, which haven't been out in a long time. But these are the same spec wheels that I run in the front. We just run like a 17x9 plus 15 to plus 25, somewhere around there. And you could always, you know, add a little more spacer to it. But I'm running a bigger tire. So this is a 215. I'll run a 235.
Rack centered.
So we have the rack stops in right now, so the rack is perfectly centered, and I just sat on something sharp. Ah, Jesus Christ. So now it's a good time to put my hub on straight so we know that we have a true center on the rack. Oh, it's like a half spline. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Now we know our steering wheel will be straight. This is good. First time it's under its own weight. To get a car as a bare shell pulling off the trailer to this, it's just such a good feeling.
Yeah, not even a rolling shell.
We dragged it all. I don't even think it had subframes in it. Still got a lot of work to do, but I'm taking this victory.
We should do a test day just like this.
Yeah.
No glass, no doors. That would feel wild.
In this heat, it'd probably feel amazing with the breeze coming through the windshield. Perfect.
Good.
Man, I got one not broken front wheel. I gotta get the full effect, so I'm putting it on. The rear, we just eyeballed it for now. Oh, it's a freaking car. Kind of.
Go-kart. Dune buggy.
It's crazy. Like you get to this point and you have so much work done. You know what I mean? From stripping the engine out, to getting the engine built, to putting the engine together, getting the drivetrain on, to getting in the car.
Sandblasted.
This thing was sandblasted, to sealing up the car, to derusting it, to getting to finding all the gosh dang hardware. To this point, we still gotta do all the wiring, the electronics, the interior and stuff, but the body panels. Cars are ridiculous. I think it's builds character. That shit's like digging holes, bro. Go chop some firewood for a long time. It's like, okay, that feels good. The victory push into the center. It rolls great.
Oh, it rolls mid for a drift car. Actually, it does roll pretty nicely.
It looks like something now. God, that feels good. Good car. That'll work.
I can see the color now. I almost had the color.
You could see it though, right?
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait to get rid of the red because it'll just write off the bad aura that this shell has. Like when we redid everything black, a lot of it went away. Like that bad, crusty, gross, rusty aura of the car.
14's the same color too. I don't know what it is about this color.
But the 14 too, the more we get rid of the red, the better the car feels, right? We just need to get rid of that toxic red that it is. It's not that you guys know I love red. It's just this.
That tone red.
It's cursed. I'm gonna take a photo and Photoshop it the actual color later. Yeah, there we go.
Do they know what color it is?
No, not yet.
If they know, they know. Well, if they paid attention, they would know.
I always give cues. I always give clues. Testing it just like this, like no interior editing.
That'd be so good.
Just a bucket seat, a steering wheel in there, like.
All right, put it on marketplace. Just needs to tune.
Just needs a tune, baby. That's it. question is, what is next, right? It's always hard to figure out what's the next thing to do, but I know what to do because I built so many of these damn cars. So the next step of this is we're gonna do all the wiring. So we showed you guys in the last video. In this video, I have the full entire chassis harness for the car, and I have a full entire custom engine harness also to go with it for this car. So we'll run the chassis harness, we'll show all the OEM functions, we'll do a bunch of cable management in the bay and inside the car, and then as soon as the electronics show up, we'll be able to start it, which is good. Once we do the harnesses, I need like a couple hours and a startup map, and I'll be able to start it. We have knocked out so many systems in the last few days. It's always such a good feeling when you could finalize the system. It sucks when you have like 70% of a million systems like figured out, but we have, the brakes are fully good. We now have a clutch, suspension's all in, arms are all tight, drivetrain is all hooked up, it all has fluids in it. I gotta finish up some of the vacuum lines.
Fan shroud.
I gotta do a fan shroud, and then a bunch of wiring, get some fluids in the engine, so our base map, and we should hear this thing run. It's a little bit of a mystery engine, classic me, sick.
Check this is good.
Nah, so JP went through the head. We redid the head, which was good. Head wasn't far off. JP just dialed in a little bit more. The bottom end, we checked. We didn't check clearances in the bottom end, which kind of sucks, but it was built by a pretty reputable ass shop, the bottom end. But it's a simple piston rod combo. JP went through it, and he could tell that the machine shop gave him good confidence that they most likely assembled the bottom end correctly. But besides that, it's the standard recipe here. So
I'm so excited to see you drive this car.
this one's gonna be really fun. This one is gonna be really, really fun. Obviously, this isn't gonna be like comp LZ World Tour level, whatever, but this is gonna be the type of car that I have the most fun driving, and the events that I have the most fun driving. And you know, we'll get to the pro car stuff later. In the meantime, Coupe. I mean, the Coupe did great last LZ World. I had that thing so gripped up, I could barely drive it, but I was able to put up a fight, which was pretty cool. So
You said bring a knife to a gunfight, but I actually made a fatal wound.
that's it. That's it. So I don't know. I mean, this thing should be pretty. This thing should actually be faster than that.
Yeah?
Yeah, it should be lighter. It should be faster than the Coupe. It's just lighter in general. It'll be more nimble. It'll actually be more gripped up. It'll make more power than the Coupe. The Coupe only makes like 415. This thing will make probably 415 to 440. That's where I want it to be, so it actually lives. Maybe 440. I know, but like the style of drifting I want, it doesn't need more than that. Blowing smoke and wasting tires at that point, but.
You need a 500 horsepower tool on a switch, just in case.
Yeah, on kill tune. I don't know. We got that new Sunoco race fuel. That should give us some free horse puppies for sure. More wins to come. I hope you guys are pumped because I am ecstatic just looking at this stuff. We got a lot of dialing in to do, but I'm really excited for each step of it. But for now, you guys know the deal. Like, comment, subscribe, stay tuned for more content, and spoon. Run off the house.
Have a wonderful night.
It's sad because I